Hey everybody, it's Bolshy here, back with another build video for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is going to be a variation of the Mutant build that I posted earlier. That's a really great build, really effective, really fun, not really equipped for unfair difficulties. So we're going to delve a little bit into power gaming here, and we're really going to try and min-max that build idea. Now this build is going to get a little bit ridiculous. We are going to have very high AC, very high damage, I think 15 levels of arcane casting. We've got everything we need here. All right, so we're going to start off. Our first level is going to be actually Monk. We're going to take Scaled Fist. That's going to give us Crane style. Well, let's go with our race first. We're still going Tiefling. We still want Motherless for that extra bite attack. We are maximizing our bites. We're going to push Strength. Now this is min-max here. We're actually dumping Dexterity. You're probably thinking, well, how are we going to have a high AC tank that dumps Dexterity? And you're going to find out in just a minute here. We're going to dump that. We're going to dump Intelligence. We're going to push Charisma all the way up to 18. And let's see, we're going to go 14 Constitution. Here's our starting stats. Alright, now for skills, since we have an Intelligence of 5, our guy is barely literate. Well, barely sentient, let alone literate. So we're going to have to go one skill at a time. We want Arcana first. That's going to allow us to get a prestige class later, the Dragon Disciple. Our first feat, we took Monk so that we get +1 BAB. Now we can take Weapon Focus. Bite. Background, I like to go Martial Disciple just because it gives me improved unarmed strike as a bonus feat. Scaled Fist bonus feat, we are of course going Crane style. Crane style improves your dodge bonus when you're fighting defensively, and it also you take less of a penalty to your attack bonus. This is absolutely crucial in higher difficulties. Pretty much every melee character, if you want to play on high difficulties, min-maxing, needs to have the full Crane suite of feats. Now, currently in the beta, Crane style works, but Crane Wing and Riposte do not. I'll put them in the build where I would take them, but they don't actually work right now. We do want to go Awful here. Well, we have to go Awful. We're taking a Monk class. I'll go Awful Evil for this one. All right, here we go, level 2. Now, we have 7 Dexterity, which gives us a -3 penalty to AC. We only have a 7 AC at this point, and it's time to remedy that. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the Oracle class. We're not going to take an archetype here. We can now get 2 skill points. I would get Arcana and Persuasion, maybe Mobility here. Yeah, we probably want to bump Mobility first. Mobility, if you get it up to level 3, you're going to get extra dodge AC when you're fighting defensively, and we're going to be fighting defensively all the time. Our Revelation, first of all, our curse is going to be Wolf-Scarred Face. This is actually not really a curse for us. We get an extra bite. So this is going to take us up to 5 bites in our attack. Our mystery, this is super important. We're taking Nature, and we are going to take the Nature's Whispers Revelation. Now it says you become so attuned, yada yada yada. You may add your Charisma modifier instead of your Dexterity to your armor class. So we basically don't need Dexterity for anything anymore. It does give us a penalty to our reflex saves, but we're going to remedy that with other ways later, specifically spells. So right now, we're getting a double dip for our Charisma bonus, which was 18. So we're getting AC to Charisma from Scaled Fist. I forgot to mention that we get bonus to AC. And we also get our Charisma bonus again in place of our Dexterity modifier. So with this one level, we went from a base AC of 7 to 18. And it doesn't matter what spells you choose. I guess Divine Favor would be okay, and maybe Remove Fear. Alright, our next level, level 3, is going to be Alchemist Vivisectionist. We're going to be taking 2 levels of Vivisectionist. We only get our 1 skill point, so we got to go Arcana here. This feat, we are going to take Dazzling Display. Again, this is going to be a prereq for something we're going to take later. Level 4 is again Vivisectionist. This is going to give us our Feral Mutagen, bump your strength. 2 skills here, we'll go Mobility, Arcana. Discovery, Feral Mutagen. Again, this gives us Claws, a bite, bonus to Intimidate, all things that synergize with this build. I would take Shield here. We're going to want that extra Shield AC. Level 5 is going to be Primalist. That's the Blood Rager archetype here, Primalist. It's going to let us trade out our Bloodline powers for Rage powers. Very good. Arcana, we have to take Arcana. And at this level here, we're not high enough. Now, this build, as opposed to the other mutant build, comes online a little bit slower. We don't have enough attack bonus to get outflank here. So we have to take something to kind of just a filler feat. And I'm going to take Accomplished Sneak Attacker. There might be something else on here that's a little bit better, but this is kind of a filler feat. It is going to increase our damage by quite a bit. Abyssal Bloodline again. Alright, level 6, we're going to start going into Dragon Disciple. We no longer need to get Arcana, bump our mobility up to 3. That gives us an extra +1 AC when we're fighting defensively, which will be always. We don't need a Bloodline here. And we also get natural armor increase. So I think just basic with no buffs, we're up to 20 AC right now. Not too bad. Level 7, again, Dragon Disciple. This is a good one. Now we can start getting our Persuasion up. Oh, I get no skill points. I didn't realize that. He's too stupid for skills. We're going to get Persuasion when we get skills. We have no skills. Right here, we're going to take Outflank. That's the first level we can take it. Always take Outflank as soon as you can if you're trying to make an efficient melee build. Blood Rager Casting. And we're going to take Power Attack. Dragon Disciple again for level 8, bump up our strength. And now we can get Persuasion. And by the way, I forgot to mention, Dragon Disciple 2 is a big level for us. We got another bite. Where is the bite? I don't see the bite. Okay, there we go. We get an extra bite. Primary bite, that's going to give us a ton of damage with our strength modifier. We got extra strength, and we started progressing our Blood Rager casting for every level we take in Disciple. So all good things. No skills. Too dumb. Our next feat is going to be, I believe this is Shatter Defenses here. Shatter Defenses. And now our build starts doing some serious damage. We want Mage Armor, for sure. Mage Armor is going to be really important. Unlike the other build, this build, if you want to take advantage of the Monk dip, you have to stay unarmored, and now we can buff ourselves. We're also going to take a Mythic ability that's going to buff our Mage Armor later. Okay, level 10, we're going to get back to our Primalist roots here. We can start getting Persuasion caught up. It's going to take us a minute, but we will get there eventually. Spells here don't really matter. I guess, you could take Enlarge. You should always be enlarging this guy. Somebody should, so if you don't have somebody to buff, then this is a good spell to have. We get Uncanny Dodge. Really important for this build. We've got a ton of dodge now, and we don't want to lose it by being flat-footed, so this prevents us from being flat-footed. Alright, here we go. Level 11. We are going to be taking more levels in Primalist, and we're going to push our Persuasion. Our feet. Now, at this point, I would take Crane Wing if we could, but you have a 7 dexterity, and unfortunately, when you're not a monk, you need to have dodge to be able to pick up Crane Wing. So, maybe later in the game when we get a +6 dexterity belt, we can get dodge and then start getting Crane Wing and Riposte, but for right now, we're going to be taking improved critical bite. We got a lot of bites. I think our bites are almost maxed out here. We should have 4 bites. We're soon to get number 5. Spells don't really matter at this point. We have all our good spells. Level 12, we're just going Primalist from here on out. Take your strength. 2 skills, we can get Persuasion caught up a little bit. We're going to change our bloodline. Now here we're going to take Animal Fury for our next bite. Remember, don't take Fiend Totem, it will ruin the build. Our second Rage Power, I would take one of these. If you want more AC, Guarded Stance is good. Lethal Stance if you don't have a Bard. Any choice is pretty good here. I'll go with Guarded Stance just to see how high we can push our AC. Definitely want Mirror Image, and False Life are good defensive buffs here. Level 13, Primalist again. Persuasion. Our feat at level 13 is going to be, I think here I'm going to take Hammer the Gap. We're not taking Cornagon Smash, and our BAB is not going to be high enough for Dreadful Carnage, which is how we're going to be intimidating things in this build. Hopefully you have somebody else who's intimidating for you at this point, like maybe a Bard casting Dirge or whatever it's called. Let's see, where are we? Hammer the Gap is right here. This is a lot of extra damage. We're going to have 8 attacks per round, 9 when we're hasted. That gives us a ton of extra damage. If you hit the same target 9 times with Hammer the Gap, I think you get 36 extra damage in that attack. Resist energy is decent. We get improved Uncanny Dodge, so now we can't be flanked unless they're rogue characters. Catch up our Persuasion. Bonus feat, here we're going to take Intimidating Prowess. Now our Persuasion isn't very high, we have high Charisma, but now we get to add our Strength bonus to our Intimidate checks once we get Intimidation coming online, which should happen really soon here. And we're not going to miss Intimidate checks from here on out. Spells aren't really important, we already got the good ones. Level 15 Primalist. Persuasion. Our feat at level 15 is going to be, now we can get it, Dreadful Carnage. Now I didn't pick this up in the basic build because I don't like it. I don't like the animation, I don't like that it spams my combat log with a million different Intimidate checks, but if we're min-maxing, this is the way to go. Spells, you definitely want other people casting haste and things. I would take Greater Animal Aspect, and haste never hurts. Level 16, we're going Primalist once again. We're going to get Persuasion, drop our Bloodline power. Now we're taking Lesser Beast Totem, get some Claws. Beast Totem to get some Natural Armor bonus. And this spell doesn't really matter, I guess Protection from Energy is good. Primalist again, Persuasion. Our feat here, scroll down a little bit. This is personal preference. This would be a good time maybe during the game that you probably have the extra, belt, +6 belt, to be able to get dodge. We need a 13 dexterity, so if you get a +6 belt, you'd be able to pick up dodge and start getting the crane style feats. I don't have that, so what I'm going to do is actually go to my bonus feat, get cleave, go back and get cleaving finish, which is just a fun feat to see proc. You get an extra attack whenever you kill something, so that's always nice. This guy is going to kill a lot of things. He does a ton of damage. Spells don't really matter. We could pick Scorching Ray. This guy using Scorching Ray would be like, I don't know, like Shaquille O'Neal shooting threes, okay? It's not our strength. It's definitely not the strong point of our build. We want to be doing natural attacks as much as possible. Melee attacks. Spells don't matter. Primalist level 10. Oops, wrong one. Keep bumping Persuasion. False Life. And maybe Stone Skin here. False Life is good. Stone Skin you probably won't really use. Okay, keep going here. Now we get Mighty Rage, by the way. That's going to increase our Rage bonus when we do Rage, which is nice. We didn't get that in the other build. Bump up Persuasion. Our feat we're taking is going to be, actually we're not going to take extra Rage power because we're going to pick up Pounce on our next level. So here would be a good time to take either Crane Wing or Riposte if you got your belt. For this build, I'm going to pick up Improved Critical Claw. None of these spells really matter too much. Greater Blood Rage. And finally, at level 20, we're going to take level 12 Primalist. Now, the Abyssal level 12 ability is kind of interesting. You get an extra +1 to hit damage and all your other buffs for Blood Rage, but you also take like a -2 penalty to AC. We could probably make that work in this build because we're going to have a lot of AC, but for this particular build I wouldn't. If you go that route, if you keep your Bloodline power, then level 19 you need to do extra Rage power and pick up Pounce. But I'm going to not do that here. We never got to max out Persuasion. Oh well. We still have a ton of strength, so we're going to do just fine. We're going to pick up, wait, what just happened? Oh, bonus feat. Okay, we're going to get Toughness as our Bloodline bonus feat. We're going to grab Greater Beast Totem, so now we're pouncing. We're getting our 8-9 attacks when hasted on every charge. It's going to synergize really well with a lot of things. Now there's a lot of really good stuff here. Immune to Shaken and Frightened, very good. Let's see, Reflexive Dodge is pretty good because it allows us to take that dodge bonus to AC and apply it to our reflex saves, which are pretty weak because we have such low dexterity. That's a good one. Double AC versus range attack is nice. There's a lot of good stuff here. I would probably go with the Reflexive Dodge just to shore up my saves, but it's really up to you. Immune to Sickened and Nauseated is very good. These are all really strong choices. I'd have to play the game up to level 20, which is not available right now, to see what kind of enemies you're facing and what you should get. This spell doesn't really matter. Spells don't matter. And that's it. All right. I almost copy and pasted the mythic abilities, the mythic path from the last video, but there's actually some differences here. First of all, we still want Close to the Abyss. This gives us our extra core attack, very key for the build. First ability, I would go Brutality Incarnate to ignore damage reduction on our natural attacks. I can't overstate how much extra damage this adds to the build. Our next level will be our ability here. I would probably go with extra mythic ability and still get Limitless Rage, just because I like to not worry about how much rage I'm getting per day. Third ability. Now here's where it gets interesting. I would still go Demon just because it fits the build, and I don't think we're going to need to min-max to the point where it's actually going to affect whether or not this works. Azada is probably, in terms of survivability, just everything you get, the best way to go, but I really like the Demonic Rage for this particular character. Level 3, we're going to get Abundant Casting. That's going to triple dip in our 3 spellbooks. We've got Alchemist, we've got Blood Rager, we've got now our Demon spellbook, so we get basically 12 extra spells we can cast today. And a few of the spells are super good. These spells don't really matter too much, there's nothing good here. This is for our Demon spellbook. Next level on our Mythic Path. Let's see here. At this point, you could take Power Attack. That's very good. Now, I got to give credit to Morthra on Reddit for recommending this. But with this build, getting 9 attacks per round and having an insane strength bonus, Destructive Shockwave is actually really good. Even if you miss, your target is going to take, what, just your strength bonus? Well, when we get buffed up, we're going to see what our strength bonus is, and we're going to get 9 attacks that are guaranteed to do that strength bonus. This is actually really good. Our first aspect, I would go Sheer. That's going to give us +2 to attack while we're in Demonic Rage, and also an amazing charge ability that's going to increase our weapon dice by 2 for every natural attack, and we get an additional 1.5 times our strength bonus to every attack. I wonder if that applies to things we miss with the Destructive Shockwave. I don't know. We'll have to test it out. Mirror Image for sure. This is in your Demonic spellbook, so you're going to get extra casts of Mirror Image per day. Spells don't really matter too much. I don't see anything there that is appealing. Alright, level 5 of our Mythic Path we are going to take. At this point, I think we're going to be high enough level to start to get some benefit out of Archmage Armor. Now, when we cast Mage Armor, which we're going to be doing all the time, Mage Armor is going to be 100% uptime on our buffs. We get a bonus to AC equal to our Mythic rank. So right now we're getting the 4 AC from Mage Armor plus 5, that's 9 for every cast, and that's only going to get better as we progress, so we're going to take that. Next aspect, probably the bow. So you get some more haste from our Demonic spellbook. These things don't matter. Level 6. Let's see, we are going to take Power Attack since we didn't take it before. We'll get the Incubus aspect. These spells, I mean, maybe Innervation could help at some point. I don't know. Stone Skin. These spells don't really matter too much. I don't see anything that jumps out at me. Alright, level 7 of our Mythic Path. I think we're going to go with Mythic Charge at this point. We should be getting pretty close to getting Pounce. We also got that Sheer aspect. I might have even taken that at level 5. These two, probably interchangeable. If you want more damage, take Mythic Charge first. I know that there's the second Rager Bloodline, but the way this works right now is you only get bonus feats and bonus spells, so you don't get any of the cool Bloodline abilities. Not worth it right now. If they change it, I would probably go Arcane with our second Bloodline. As the way it works right now, it's not very good. Okay, so we'll take Mythic Charge. Aspects here, I'm going to steer clear of this one. I think I mentioned in the other video, it's bugged right now. It basically gives you infinite attacks when you charge, and it's kind of not fun. So, you know, any of these aspects are good. We already got the good ones. Maybe +2 on all saving throws. That's very good for a defensive buff. Yeah, I would definitely go with that for right now. Spells, empty spells. All right, so let's take a look at how ridiculous we can get this build. Now, this is almost entirely naked. I've got some cheap little +2 Mighty Fists, a +1 dodge bonus to AC, and +2 to Intimidate. But aside from that, I literally have no gear on this character. And you can see that with self buffs, now I am completely buffed up. So this is 50 strength. We've got +20 to damage, to hit and damage. This is going to happen whether we hit or not with that destructive shockwave. So this is really good. And you can see we've got 60 AC. This can only get better. I'm also not fighting defensively yet. So you have to add in the other 4 AC. And then if we got Crane Wing and Crane Riposte, that would probably take us up to about 70. So already, I think you can see, very powerful. All right, so let's see this guy in action here. Now I did reload, and because I respec this guy using a mod, I lost him from the party. So we're not going to be able to see any stats of his right now. But I think you'll get the idea when we jump into combat. Again, I'm over leveled here, but everything is turned up to the absolute maximum on the difficulty sliders. So let's make sure we've got everything active here. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's not in the party, so when he walks in here, it doesn't illuminate the room. There we go. Sela can hang out in the corner. Now this is my favorite ability right here. Oh, dang it, they got me. Blood Haze. It's swift action haste, and when you kill something, it increases the duration. So that's just a fun ability to use. Go. You. That's my brown fur transmuter. That's how I'm able to get these crazy numbers. All right, let's kill some stuff. Okay, there we go. See, that spell that you see, the green, is Dreadful Carnage popping off. That's why I don't like using it, because it really annoys me. Too much damage to really even see here. 220 on a crit. No charges here. Let's get a charge off. Wait, that's not charge. Here we go. We're going to charge this evoker here. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Let's see, I think I saw a 300 crit there. Yeah, with a claw attack. So you can see we're getting +87, just raw damage there. And also, even when we miss, this guy has 50 strength. So he's getting +20 damage times 9 attacks when hasted. That's guaranteed 180 damage per round, minimum, if you missed all your attacks. So pretty crazy stuff. All right, that's the build. Thanks for watching. Normally I won't be doing such power gaming min-max builds, but this one was fun, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.